Welcome to the Kamado Show. I'm Brandon. Coley has taken this episode off. We are the brother-sister anime duo, not in a love you like a brother sister kind of way, but as in go ask her mom, she's the same person. This show is an anime lover's safe haven catered toward the average anime lover, free from spoilers. This episode we are joined by Fort Wayne Weebos United's Brady Siples and Nica Siples, husband and wife. With as wide and diverse of a community that Fort Wayne has, Fort Wayne Weebos United is a group that comes together to make friends with those who have similar interests in anime. So, Brady, Nica, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Well, I want to kick things off, hence the name of our group. For starters, what is a weeb?
If you look at the online definition, and I feel like this is pretty spot on, a weeb is usually anyone that is non-Japanese, but they're a huge obsession with anime or video games or that kind of culture. And again, I feel like that's pretty spot on with most of the group because we're all fans of different animes and things like that. So again, good choice. Good choice for the group.
Okay. So with that in mind, what can you tell us about Fort Wayne Weebos United, our group?
Well, we are a group of people who have like-minded interests in anime, and we get together and we discuss different anime, and we go see movies and just have different experiences related to the anime experience.
With that in mind, I want to kick off this episode right off the bat. We did kind of like something like this similar with Spirit Bomb here. Have a surprise for you guys. I'm hoping you guys can do the honors of hanging this up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm going to hold it here for the camera to see. And those who are audio-only listeners, this is a Fort Wayne Weebos United poster that I'm going to have Brady and Nica hang up here.
That's awesome. That's like what the actual Facebook icon is for it too. So that's pretty great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, might have to work together to hang that on the nail. So for audio-only listeners, we're hanging up the poster right now. I positioned a nail in advance for them to hang up, but sometimes it's kind of hard to hang up a poster.
Ta-da!
I think we're good. All right.
All right, fantastic.
Awesome.
So I want to encourage people to join the Fort Wayne Weebos United community page, as we have shown here, and I want to have this on our podcast displayed here going forward. So speaking of the community page, I want to go on a little side note here. Brady, I noticed you made a post on the page pretty recently about voice acting, that's so cool.
Yeah,
especially as we consider how like anime characters are brought to life through voice actors.
Yeah.
But I just kind of wanted to ask some questions about that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
What kind of like voice acting gigs are you interested in?
Related to anime, the main reason I was interested was with having to do voice acting for animations or video games or anything like that. So we actually did some research for it, and unfortunately most of like the Crunchyroll voice actors, they are in Texas, so like you have to actually be on site for that. So we're a couple states away from that, so that's not an option right now, but who knows in the future, who knows, fingers crossed.
Okay.
But so right now I've only had the one gig, but that's still just getting my foot in the door. And then there's a couple different sites online where there are more opportunities for things. So we're just kind of keeping going with it, and we'll see where it goes from there. But ideally, video games. If I can't do anime, then either video games, indie-wise, or Matt Mercer is one of my like idols. I think he's really cool, and the fact that he's been doing different TV shows, Critical Role and everything is fantastic. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if we get there.
That's so fascinating. And yeah, actually, you beat me to the question I was about to ask. If you can do that here from our hometown, our home state, or if you have to move away from that. I actually have a background in television where we worked with voiceover people.
Oh, cool.
And a lot of them just had studios in their home that they would do voiceovers for you and then email you a wave form or MP3, whatever format you guys are working in. So, I was curious how that worked with anime, because I didn't know how that works.
We didn't know that until we looked it up, and then we were just like, oh, that's not an option right now, so we'll see.
Okay. Well, you never know. Is that generally speaking for all studios, or is that one particular one you
It
happen to look up?
sounds like the majority of like the Crunchyroll stuff, which I mean, I think we saw the percentage was like 70% of what the like anime voice acting field is. So that sounds like that's where the majority of like the big names are going to be at least.
Well, you have a great voice. You
you.
know, hey, anime producers, directors, you're looking for a voice actor. This guy,
I'm available.
talented.
Yeah.
We're on the a public access station, so I can't necessarily say a call to action, but you know, like I said, talented. Anyway, so now that you've shared some information and background about Fort Wayne Weebos United, I just want to know how you guys came to become involved with them. Perhaps we'll start with you here, Nica.
The first group hangout I attended was the trivia night at Bobby McGee's, and
That was the first. That was our first one too, wasn't it? Was that the first one in general that the group has done?
I'm not sure.
I mean, I think
came
that
in
was
after
when we
that.
first got into it. So if it was, it was first for us and first for the group apparently too.
Okay. Well, I know the group has been around for a while, but like
Okay.
when we joined, and by the way, I should mention like Coley, even our Kamado show is also part of Fort Wayne Weebos United too. So when I say we, like we're all part. But anyway, I think the group had been around for a while before this, but it was like our first hangout, I think, since we started doing these again, to relaunch them, wasn't it? Perhaps. But anyway, that was my first one.
Yeah,
that was my
that's
first
cool.
one too,
Okay.
where I met you guys at.
Nice. Well, that worked out pretty good then.
Well, what about you, Brady? I guess you guys both got involved at the same time, right? Did you guys join the group about the same time?
I think so. We had a mutual friend. I think it was Nicole, right? That was like the one that invited us or told us about it.
Yeah.
And then I'm not a huge bar fan, but I liked the atmosphere, and again, just the questions were fun. I remember there was the one that they messed up, and we're still to this day we're still upset about that because it was a super easy answer, and everyone knew it, but they didn't give it to us. And of course now I'm on the spot. I can't remember what it was, but
I remember what it was.
you remember? Okay, there you go. You go ahead and take that.
It was Sophie as a character from which anime, and it was Howl's Moving Castle, and they said the answer was some obscure thing that I have never even heard of, and I looked it up afterwards, and there was no Sophie, and I was super mad.
I remember that now. Yep.
Oh, so the host had it wrong.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And then we know someone that knows the owner or something. So like they actually wrote to them and was like, "Hey, that was wrong." And so we were like, "You should know this." So yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so what are some other group hangouts that we've done? I guess that you guys have attended in particular. But I guess you could say that we've done. But you guys have been to most of them, really, which is why I thought it was so cool having you both on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Spirit Bomb, definitely.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty recent at the time of this recording. Pretty recently.
Yeah, so they were just at Sweetwater back in November 1st because that was our anniversary actually too.
Yeah.
So it worked out really well. It was
What a way to spend
easy date to remember. Yeah.
What a way to spend an anniversary.
Exactly.
Anime Spirit Bomb concert.
Great
It was
timing.
great.
And then we also there was the Jujutsu Kaisen. There was of course, I'm going to blank on the name now, but premature inventory. You're wearing the shirt, so you might know too. Premature inventory something, but like
either.
the high school Gojo arc, which is it's so good. That was really cool to see with the group. We took pictures and we had a couple people that were cosplayed, which was really fun. So that was a good time.
Do you have a favorite one that we've done so far? Maybe I'll start with you, Nika. What do you have a favorite one that we've done so far?
I think trivia was the most fun because it was interactive and we all got to talk to each other and discuss different shows that we had seen that maybe others haven't seen. So
okay. Brady, what about you? Do you have a favorite one?
She said the obvious one, but I will definitely mention Spirit Bomb, their first show. That was probably about a year or so out at Pierre's, but I had no idea what to expect, just what it was going to be like, and it was just real. I loved the energy. I loved the performance. The people in cosplay was fantastic. And then the fact that most, if not all of them, are from Fort Wayne. So the fact that they were all part of the group too, and they were all local and everything, I thought that was super cool. And they're all very friendly. We've been to a couple shows now, so they're fantastic. So shout out to Spirit Bomb if no one has checked them out. They actually have they're doing their own like singles now too. I've seen stuff on Spotify and wherever else it is, but Spotify is mainly what I check out. But so they're super cool, and I that was a lot of fun.
Speaking from experience, we did the emceed the opening for their show and had them on our last podcast show actually. But it's so nice down there. It's just such a fun group.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so getting to know our guests on a more personal level a little bit. We usually ask the question to our guests, what is your gateway anime? This is the show that first got you into anime. Well, I started with you first last time, Nica. So how about you, Brady? You want to kick it off with your gateway anime, the show that got you into anime?
So I was thinking about this. I would say probably Digimon, in all honesty, just because it was. I didn't have. My family didn't have cable until after I left the house. So a lot
Fox
of like
Kids in the morning,
exactly,
right?
Yeah. So it's like that was the first one that had that kind of like animation style, and I was just immediately hooked onto it. So that was probably the first one for me, at least, if we're going sub versus dub. So I will say that subbed would probably be Yu Yu Hakusho. And that was in high school. We were just kind of like watching through the whole thing. And then somebody put it on like the Japanese audio. And I was like, wait, that's a thing? So that just kind of opened me up to that world of it.
Okay. And Nica, what about you?
I think my first one was actually Full Metal Alchemist. I remember watching it with my brother. There was, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not since it's been out for forever, but I remember we were watching the first season in our car because we had those little DVD players in the car. And that episode came on with Nina.
And we all know.
I put my headphones down. I turned to my dad and I was like, Daddy, you would never turn me into a chimera, would you? And he goes, maybe if you misbehave enough. And I start sobbing and my brother just goes, oh, Dad, no.
How old were you when you started crying during this?
What was that, like 2003? Gotta be elementary, maybe early middle school.
Oh, man.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, emotional
Trauma.
damage from a Full Metal Alchemist, huh? Well, we talked about the your gateway anime as wife and husband. Are there any shows that you guys watch together, or do you watch them all together?
You know, that's a good question, actually. For the most part, we do watch them all together. I guess I didn't actually realize that until just now. Yeah. I know recently I've been watching, and I'm probably going to botch this name, Gachakuda, and it's, for anyone that doesn't know, it's the one, it just came out fairly recently within the last couple months, but it is a boy, Rudo, who has, it's so, how do I describe this? So it is, there's a world of people that like throw away trash. There's a whole like trash world essentially, and then he gets thrown down there. And again, no spoilers, but this is in the first episode. Okay. But and then it just kind of goes from there. But it's really cool. I like the action and everything. But Nica she was with it and just not a fan, so just kind of does her own thing at that time. But for the most part, we do actually watch everything together, and it's funny because. Thinking back to like when we first got together, we were first watching what was it? SAO probably. Yeah. It's probably like one of our first things we watched.
Yeah.
So and then we just kind of went from there. I remember I think I was kind of intoxicated, but I remember this kind of like, this was like our second or third day of like hanging out maybe, and I just kind of looked over at her, and I don't remember this, but of course she does. But I apparently was just kind of like, I'm gonna marry you.
We were watching Digimon.
The Tamers. That's right. That was the third season. Yeah, and now here we are. So I guess Past Brady knew what's up.
Yeah. Well, someone who a female that watches anime with you, that's of course a keeper.
And she's hot, so that helps too. So yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm really jealous. That's so cool. You guys have that. You guys can watch anime together. You both enjoy it and like it and all that. I've watched a little bit with Courtney. That's my wife's name, Courtney. We watched a little bit before. We watched all of Death Note. Death Note was pretty. That was cool to. It's very like mystery and keeps you on the edge of your seat.
It's funny you mentioned that. When I was out at, I worked at Hot Topic for a couple years back, and usually I was, everybody had kind of their niche that they were into, and I was the tall guy with the glasses that liked anime. And so anybody that was asking me, like where to start or how to get into it, Death Note was usually the one that I recommend, just because it's got great characters, it's got kind of something for everybody, where it's got some funny moments, it's got some very, like you said, the mystery and suspense and everything. So I would. That's a great one to get together and just kind of go from there. Of like, okay, if I like this, then maybe there's something more along the lines of it. So yeah, that's a good one. Good job. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to move on to you guys your all-time favorite anime. We'll do this individually because you guys might have different opinions. But
we do.
Nica, what's your all-time favorite anime?
I think it would be Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. Okay. All right. Yeah, very solid. That's a good one to get you into anime. I think that's just very intense. The storytelling's great. Characters.
Yeah. Definitely good character development in there.
How about you, Brady? Your all-time favorite anime?
Probably My Hero Academia. And reason is it's such a cool story. Like I really resonate with Deku, like the main character, because it's such a relatable feeling of just wanting to have powers, and then again, spoiler free, so go from there. But
yeah.
But I just resonate a lot. And what I really liked about it, and I was talking with Nica about this, is that there's a bunch of different like characters in the main like class, but they each have there's the main like big three, of course, but everybody kind of has their own thing. Like not everyone's a side character, if you know what I mean, because I feel like there's a lot of shows where there's like the main characters and then the other ones barely get any screen time. But I feel like with My Hero, just because it's been going on for so long, everybody's kind of had their moment, and so everybody's got their favorite character for different reasons, and I like that a lot. And also, on personal note, that was one of the favorites of one of my best friends from high school who passed away. So that just really it means a lot to me, and for multiple different reasons. Actually, you can't see them in the thing, but I always wear red shoes because of Deku. I thought that was really cool. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Hey, me too. I've broke out my red shoes today, so we're matching.
There we go, matching twinsies.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, we don't want to. I guess we'll call spoilers, but because I do want to. Are you all caught up on My Hero? Like up through?
I read it all the way through. I was waiting until the last season finished up, which today is the last episode of the it's done after this. Mm-hmm. At least the main show, unless they do a spin-off or something else. But say what?
You have Vigilantes, right?
Yeah. Which I read through that one again. Huge fan. I read through that. I haven't watched it through yet.
I want to ask a question about My Hero Academia. This is maybe going off on a tangent, but
go for it.
But we have time. I'm gonna call spoiler alert because this is one of the later episodes. It's been out for a while, but if you haven't caught up through, the latest at the time of this recording. It's about the time where All Might is basically getting his that suit. So there you go. Hopefully that's. If you haven't seen that part, for people watching, just skip ahead 5 minutes maybe not 5 minutes, but something like that. Just guess. How do you feel about him having a suit now?
I loved that, actually. I thought because that was just he was getting kind of his just his fight back. I thought that was really cool. And what I love especially is that it's using different, he's like learning from his experiences. He's using different abilities from the different students. And I can't think of any good examples, but I know that there's like the tape, and then the I'm blanking on his name, the pervy one, but the grape rush, like he has like bombs and they like stick to him and explode and stuff. So I love that he's like taking everybody's powers and like using that against All for One. I thought that was really cool.
One of the things I had heard about, because I've heard mixed reviews about that or mixed opinions. One of them, someone was, I guess I'm unopinionated, but I understand this one too. It's a show about like all these quirks and using that, and now he just has this suit now available without it. Kind of doesn't it almost kind of make it like, oh, do you really need quirks anymore? If you can just build now we're into like Iron Man, Tony Stark kind of deal. Now it's like not a show about quirks and all this stuff anymore. So it's taken a very different by doing this. Like, oh, you could have just done this all along.
No, and that
Iron Man suit.
And that is a fair point. I think kind of the counter for that is because they had like, I think it was like a month or 2 months or something. They had time to prepare for like Shigaraki to like come back and All for One to come back. So I think they had the time and the resources to be like, oh, hey, this is something that we could do. So I do agree with where they're coming from. I'm also one that I'm kind of like, I'm not hugely opinionated or anything. It's like people can have their opinion and I'm not going to be like, no, you can't, you know how the internet works. But so I would say, yeah, I mean, it makes sense with what's going on. And I mean, it's All Might. You want him to get his moment back. And I thought that was a really great way to do it.
Yeah. Nica, do you watch? Are you caught up on My Hero? Do you have a thought or
Nica, are you caught up on My Hero?
We're not spoiling this for you, are we?
A little bit. I'm not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
You need to stop.
But I don't even remember where I stopped.
I'm about to say, I think that's again just finding the time and everything. I've watched. So I will say that I usually do dub just because I like the. I usually like the English voice actors. It's easier for like the emotions to get across just because I understand the wording. But My Hero I do watch in sub just because like right when it, minus this last season because I wanted to just watch it all the way through and binge it. But usually the episodes come up on Saturday and I was just like I'm ready to go. Let's go. So
you watched it without me.
Yeah, that was one that I watched without her, and we're still playing catch up on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like Attack on Titan.
Yeah, that's another one we got to finish up. So yeah, we got some big ones
to this day.
I know, right?
Man, that's been a
I know.
That's been a minute. I don't know how you stay away from spoilers on that at this point.
I've asked her a couple times and just like not in the mood or whatever. So we'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many things we have to watch that are anime that aren't anime. It's how do you find the time to watch them all? You know.
Right. Yeah, and oftentimes I'll admit it's usually like during a lunch break or something where I can have something on the screen while I'm working on this. But then if you do that, then you almost have to do dub because I can't be reading stuff while working on this. If it's dubbed, then I can hear it. A lot of anime, some of it you could just listen to. You don't even have to watch that closely, I've noticed sometimes.
I mean,
at least I can get away with. Maybe.
If it's like an action one or something, I mean, it's like you don't really need to hear the fight scene necessarily.
One Piece, the early episodes of One Piece, I almost didn't even need to watch. I could just have it up there, and then they're so short, and they would like have all these recaps and all that. But I know it's changed now. Now things move so fast.
So speaking of One Piece, I just saw that so they're stopping the like weekly episodes or something. Did you?
I saw that too.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Because I saw something about like so it's technically season 1 because it's been going continuously and it's like 1,088 episodes or something. Like that's crazy to me. So that'll be a big box set, but just yay long. I don't know, but so no, yeah, I saw that and I was just like, I'm not a huge One Piece fan. Like I read it up to I think Thriller Bark or something, and then I just
you dropped off real quick.
I mean, well, that was 500 episodes, like 500 chapters in, probably just life got ahead of me. But yeah, no, I liked it for sure. So the fact that there's a lot of people that resonate with it and everything, yourself included, you've like cosplayed and stuff before. So yeah.
My son at the time was like the perfect size to be Chopper. And
I saw that. That was great.
This would be perfect for. So I've done Gohan with him. I've done.
Oh, nice.
oh, Chopper, I gotta do this while he's young. So we actually kind of did 2 costumes that year. Where he had his Paw Patrol thing, and then we also did One Piece then, and it also works. It was at the time Wano was the big thing that was out, so it works for And speaking of the group hangouts, Cherry Blossom Festival, we've had Terry O'Brien on, who does the cosplay stuff for the anime cosplay.
Nice. Okay.
But we did that as a group hangout as well. But it works great because Wano's supposed to be like the Japanese, basically like Japanese in
I've seen like
the One Piece world. So they're all wearing kimonos and all.
I've seen the costumes and stuff online. So okay.
So it was nice just to double dip, to have it for Spirit Bomb concerts, Halloween, and then also for Cherry Blossom Festival too.
Multi-use.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I want to get some mileage out of these costumes.
No,
Gotta
exactly.
love that.
And
Yeah.
use them.
That's smart.
But looking ahead, we were talking about group hangouts for Fort Wayne Weebos United. What do we have? I know this is kind of tentative yet, because we're still some things are in the works. We're still trying to talk about what are some of the group hangouts that we have coming up, and maybe at the time of this recording, maybe we'll like talk about maybe like I don't know, January, February. I don't know. What are some group hangouts that we have coming up here soon?
No, that's fair.
That we want to, I guess, those who might be interested in joining our community and hanging out with us. What are some group hangouts that we have coming up here soon?
So I know in January there's, let me just make sure I'm saying this right. So there is Lupin the Third. I know the movie's coming out for that, The Immortal Bloodline. So that is a possible January that we're looking for. So that'll be cool. Okay. I know of it. I've never actually seen it myself, but I know it's one of those like classic ones. So that'll be interesting to get into.
I never heard of it myself, so that'll be totally new to me.
There we go. Cool. Yeah. New experience.
Yeah.
And then possibly in February, the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. Definitely check the Facebook page for updates on that.
Yeah, with it being February, that's a little ways out. So yeah, we could see. But I mean, yeah, those seem like good group hangouts. I think that we can organize and put together.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
But yeah, and again, we're all part of the group page, so we're kind of discuss some of the group hangouts, and a lot of times it's just, what do you guys like? We put in a survey, see, well, what do you guys want to do? We have this option, this option, this option, and then sometimes we see a movie. Sometimes we hang out before or after. So we should try to do something where we hang out before. That way, there's a little bit of a hangout component to it. Some of the movies you just go out and like, hey, did we? Who all was there? So
we got a picture. That was about it. Yeah.
But yeah. All right, well, I guess any other final thoughts or things you guys want to say about Fort Wayne Weebos United?
It's been great. Again, we've met some people. We've had some made some new Facebook friends, some actual people we've hung out with in person, which has been really cool.
Yeah.
Found out some new shows. So there's the Facebook page, and then there's also the Discord as well, which there'll be discussions about that, or there's music recommendations in there as well. So it's been cool. Yeah, enjoy that a lot.
A really good way to meet some new friends. Like, we met Brandon and everybody, so that's been pretty great.
Yeah, it's cool. And the three of us, we're pretty good about attending most of the group hangouts. So it's you get to know people who, especially if they attend multiple hangouts, it really is kind of fun to be able to talk to other anime fans around you.
I say not a lot of usually at wherever I'm working or anything like that, or if we go to the gym, usually there's not a lot of people that are into the same interests or anime or anything. So the fact that we'll have a group that we can kind of collaborate around that is always nice. So it's nice to have a community for that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, Nica, Brady, thank you for joining the show today.
Thanks for having us. This is fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, one final time, on Facebook, you can search Fort Wayne Weebos United, where you are welcome to join the anime online group. And that's all for today's episode of The Kamado Show. With Brady and Nica Siples, I'm Brandon. Thanks for tuning in. Don't be a Kamado. Like and subscribe to our channel for more anime fun. And please let us know what you'd like us to talk about or if you'd like to be a guest. And we'll see you next time on The Kamado Show.